The starting five for Crvena Zvezda: Miller McIntyre, Kanan, the former Olympiacos player, John Brown III, Kalinic and Petrushev. So as we discussed, Petrushev will start as the 5. Kalinic in the lineup as well. Can play the 4 or the 3, but John Brown also able to play the 4 or the 5. So it's a flexible lineup for Panathinaikos. Granton on the backcourt, Osman and Mitoglu in the forward positions. Gabriel starts at centre. It's a sold-out Oaxaca for the final game of the regular season. Now, one of the supporters in here tonight will soon hope to be back on the LED floor. Matthias Lesor was actually the star player when these two teams met back in round 7, had the best PIR in the game. Panathinaikos dominated the boards and their interior shooting in that one at 59%, while holding Zvezda below 50. That was the key. We talked about the incredible journey, 13 years waiting for their 7th star. Ahead of the tip-off tonight, they tease a new documentary about that latest chapter in their history. As is often the case for Crvena Zvezda, odds stacked against them here, against these fans tonight, and against the Panathinaikos team that's won the last 6 meetings between these two clubs, including that one by 4 in Belgrade in November. 77-81 it finished. That happened in Bolomboy's absence when Lesor dominated. Bolomboy missing again tonight, but so too is Lesor, of course. It's an evening that could provide a bit of a headache, this one, not only from the decibels generated by this Partizan Pau crowd, but from the many permutations that still remain to shape the postseason picture. To simplify Zvezda's situation, lose here and they can only finish 10th, meaning just one do-or-die road game in the play-ins. Win here and they guarantee 2 play-in opportunities, including at least 1 on home court back in Belgrade, in a bid to gain just their 2nd ever ticket to the playoffs and their 1st in 9 years. They could even hit the jackpot of an automatic playoff place if Barca and Efes both lose elsewhere, but Efes currently up big at home to Žalgiris. If Barca beat Bologna, it'd be 8th place for Zvezda with a win here. If Barca lose, but Efes beat Žalgiris, then the Serbs would rise to 7th. If they can beat the defending champions. As for Panathinaikos, it could still be Efes, Barca, Madrid, Zvezda, or even Paris in the playoffs. That matchup will be confirmed at the end of what is sure to be a dramatic evening in the most competitive league in the world. Panathinaikos, the first possession. Osman can't finish after the foul, but will go to the line for 2. 8 seconds into his first game since signing a 2-year contract extension. $80 points seems to be the magic number here tonight. Zvezda have lost 7 of the last 8 games when they've conceded over 80 points, including their last 5 in a row. When they've held opponents below 80, they've won 9 of their last 10. Their only defeat in that stretch coming against the next best defensive team in the league, Real Madrid. And conversely, Panathinaikos have lost all 7 of the games in which they've been held below 80 points. When they've hit 80 or more, they've won 21 out of 26. It's always a night for the ear defenders here at the Oaxaca. Panathinaikos score the first 2 points, courtesy of Cedi Osman at the line. John Brown, not a shooter of the outside shot, hands it off. Miller McIntyre has rediscovered his groove in recent weeks. Petrushev passes on. This is more the range of John Brown III, but he misses. Kendrick Nunn, off the back of that incredible performance away from home at the 4th place team. 37 points, 2 off his career high, but the PIR was a new career best because he was so accurate en route to those 37. Non-shooting, 9 of 12 from 2, 5 of 5 from 3, and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Off the crossover, static 3, banked in by Miller McIntyre. And if those shots are going to go down, it could be Zvezda's night. Just a 30% three-point shooter. Mitoglu to try and cancel, grazes the wrong side of the rim. Miller McIntyre. Kanan, he knocked down 6 threes the last time these two teams met. That was a new Zvezda club record back in round 7. Petrushev was big in that one as well, albeit in a smaller role after he just returned to Zvezda from Olympiacos. Nunn puts it up after the foul. And I tell you what, gate 13 has not stopped. Forget about this game meaning nothing to Panathinaikos in terms of the standings. It means plenty in terms of the passion. Panathinaikos will finish 3rd whether they win or lose. And they'll wait to find out who will finish 6th to be their opponents in the playoffs. It could yet be Crvena Zvezda, although that's looking more and more unlikely. Duran Grant fading and finishing and continuing his immense efficiency. He's getting more and more efficient as the season goes on, when that didn't seem possible. Just an immaculate shooter, defender and playmaker. John Brown getting down and dirty on the LED floor, but gets no reward, and as Duran Grant meets him there. At Monaco, Grant had 14 points, 3 assists, 0 turnovers, 5 of 8 shooting. Here against Paris, 12 points, 3 assists, 0 turnovers, 5 of 8 shooting. He's averaging 3.2 assists with just 0.7 turnovers this season. He's now the all-time leader in assist-turnover ratio over his 3-year Euroleague career. Nunn, guarded by Petrushev, who can defend the perimeter, but can he defend Kendrick Nunn? And he forces the miss that time. After Nunn only missed 3 shots en route to the 37 points last week. That will be tipped in by Petrushev. Some good work at both ends of the floor from him. And Zvezda ahead by 1. Duran Grant draws the defense like moths to a flame, and Dinos burns them from the perimeter. Grant the penetration and pass, Mitoglu the 3. He's in excellent form. He's taken on a smaller role this season after a career year en route to the championship last season, as Petrushev comes back and scores again. But over the last 7 games, Mitoglu up to 10.7 points, 3.9 rebounds in just 17 minutes a game. Shooting it superbly. He takes up a spot on the perimeter again, but Grant posts up instead and knocks down another with the foul. The fade and the finish and the and one opportunity for Mr. Efficiency. Duran Grant is in the zone right now. And the boos you're hearing from the Oaka are as this sold-out crowd sees Isaiah Kanan, the former Olympiacos player, go to the Crvena Zvezda bench. Panathinaikos by 3, Zvezda 3 fouls, spread between 3 different players. Petrushev against Osman, has the height advantage, spins, help defense, nice pass, the flash, not the finish, but the foul, and to the line goes John Brown. Petrushev has got a big job on his hands tonight. Joel Bolomboy, the only listed centre available for Crvena Zvezda on their roster, is injured, misses a 5th straight game, but Petrushev and John Brown III can both play that position. Petrusev more so. John Brown the third puts it in with a bit of help from the iron. Panathinaikos ahead, but a key factor tonight is that Pau this season have only really played with intensity when they've needed to. When they've been down big in a game, when they've been under pressure or had a really important game. Tonight, they have, in theory, nothing to play for. That could play into Zvezda's hands. At the moment, they are playing with intensity and finishing through fouls time and time again. Wenyen Gabriel next up for a three-point play opportunity. John Brown not happy with the call. Filip Petrusev said ahead of the game, we're extra focused, locked in for this one. Referred to the fact that Ioannis Varopoulos' team seem to rally together and play better on the road than they do even back in Belgrade, with their humongous, passionate following behind them. They actually have a better road record than they do at home this season. 9-7 away from home, Zvezda. 9-8 they finished at home. Miller McIntyre dancing with the defense and beating the big center and shot blocker Wenyen Gabriel, showing he's full of confidence and unfazed on the road here at the home of the defending champions. Zvezda only down 2, but 4 fouls already, and none will put it in. Gliding and dropping, and Kendrick Nunn finally gets his first score since signing that new contract. Well, it looks like they have the will to win. Forget the standings. Panathinaikos have plenty of motivation. They force a turnover, a third turnover already on Crvena Zvezda. Such a stacked roster, of course, and players are playing for minutes in the playoffs. They're playing for this capacity crowd. They're playing for the best home record of all teams in the regular season. If they win this one tonight, they'd be out in front in that regard at 14-3. Offensive rebound off the miss from Nunn. Nunn will go to work again, shoots the 3 over 2, misses 2 in a row. So Nunn so far just 1 of 4 from the field. Has many misses in the first 5.5 minutes of this game, as he had in the whole game on the road on the French Riviera last week. Joan Grant telegraphing that air ball. Panathinaikos by 4. Grant going to work with the handles, guarded by Dobric. Gets it back from Mitoglou, gets the switch momentarily, swings it back. Mitoglou in the two-man game free, steps in for the 2 and knocks down another with another and one. And this crowd has one, sings its song. Panathinaikos will go to the line for their 5th free throw. How many of them have come after they've made a basket? Try to listen in if you can, and also try to catch that QR code if you're quick enough to vote for the All Euroleague Team 2024-25 season. Plenty of contenders on this Panathinaikos roster. There'll be plenty who share the green, will be desperate to cast their votes and try to sway the outcome. Mitoglou, a chance to become the top scorer in the game here, and he is with 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 at the line. 7 the lead for Panathinaikos. 4 minutes to play in the first. Ball going around the perimeter to Miller McIntyre. 5 points to lead the way for Zvezda. For him, he'll shoot the 3 over the long wingspan of Wenyen Gabriel, and he hits it. 2 triples already for the 30% three-point shooter Cody Miller McIntyre. 8 perfect points for him. although he has committed 2 turnovers, none stripped on his way through. He's in red-hot form as a scorer, is Miller McIntyre. The last 4 games he's averaged 16.3 points. His playmaking is down. The player who led the league in assists last season for Baskonia, 7.3 a game. He's averaging 4.5 a game with Zvezda, down to 3.5 a game those last 4 games, as that one slips through the grasp of Gabriel. And Zvezda can look to make this a 1-possession game again. Tibor Pleiss watching on from the Panathinaikos bench, close to his coach Ergin Ataman. They could be facing their former team in the playoffs, Anadolu Efes. That is a very real possibility, perhaps even the most likely possibility. Efes will finish 6th if they win, and they're up by double figures at half-time against Žalgiris. Although they would rise to 5th, Anadolu Efes, if Bologna were able to win in Barcelona and cause an upset. Sergio Scariolo has been in Greece the last few days. National team head coach, national team coaching GOAT with Spain. Watched Olympiacos secure top spot last night, watching the defending champions here tonight. Banked in on the turn, Omer Yurtseven. A man who needs little time to put up numbers. And just his 2nd game back from a 2.5-month layoff, as Miller McIntyre knocks down his 3rd 3 already. Where has this shooting show come from CMM? Three threes in the first 8 minutes. Slukas in the game for the first time, off the back of the timeout. Mitoglu to the far side. Osman has the freedom of the far side of the floor, and sweet string music to the Oaka's ears. And indeed, the diamond-clad ears of Matthias Lasor. Panathinaikos are sparkling right now. 23 points in the opening 8 minutes for the defending champions. Not just surviving the shooting show of Miller McIntyre, but thriving despite the 3 of 3 from 3 performance of CMM. 6th the lead for Panathinaikos. Nedovic, the former Panathinaikos player, in the game for the first time. Spent a couple of years here. Nemanja Nedovic, the number 36 for Zvezda, won a Greek Cup with the Greens. Ioannis Varopoulos' team already the foul limit, have been for a while now. Panathinaikos only just committing their 2nd foul. It's on Lorenzo Brown, who's also recently just come in, a former Crvena Zvezda player. Coach Varopoulos, a former Olympiacos head coach. Lots of ties here, and lots to talk through. We'll try to listen in the scorer's table.
Basket defensive foul. Okay, so when the foul occurs, he's not shooting. So he's still dribbling. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here is the foul.
Okay.
It's okay.
And he's still shooting. He's still dribbling. He didn't start the short.
This is
So
the foul.
yeah.
And this is the player.
Sideline.
So
Okay.
we stay with the same.
Same decision. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, the basket does not count. A matter of the chronology. The foul came first. Just going back to that Miller McIntyre 3-point shooting show for 11 perfect points in the opening 8 and a bit minutes. His career high is 4 made threes. He's 3 of 3 already here. And he's free on this near side. It went the other way from Mitrovic, who's back for the first time in a while, along with Mike Dom in the lineup And it's David Dovac from the opposite wing who makes it 4 of 4 on the outside for Zvezda as a team. They did shoot 50% from 3 in the home defeat to Panathinaikos back in November, but they struggled on the interior as Matthias Lasor dominated. Mitoglu, up fake, flyby past David Dovac, steps in, short on the long 2. Despite Panathinaikos pouring in plenty of points, Zvezda a chance to tie or get within 1. Here's the heat check shot, the surely not shot for Cody Miller-McIntyre, who ties his career high in 3-pointers made in around 9 minutes of play. 4 of 4 on the outside and 14 perfect points. Zvezda level from 7 down. Slukas on the bounce towards the basket, switches to the left, misses. David Dovac in a wrestling match for the rebound with Yurt 7. Cody Miller-McIntyre, only a 30% three-point shooter, ties his career high, making 4 threes on 4 attempts. In fact, through his 2-season Euroleague career, he's below 30%, 29.3% on the outside to be precise. Nobody here, including Matthias Lasor, expected that early on from Zvezda's number 0.
Shot clock malfunction.
His scoring average per game through the season, Miller-McIntyre, is 9.7 points. He's got 14 points in the first 9.5 minutes of this one.
Okay, 1.9 was.
Just checking the shot clock here.
But
As David Dovac and Yurt 7 tie up the ball. Yurt 7, I was saying earlier, on just his second appearance back from 2.5 months out at Monaco last week, had 8 points in 14 minutes, 2 blocked shots, 3 rebounds and 2 offensive rebounds. Making an instant impact
34.8.
after he made his return the previous week here against Paris, only played a few minutes.
4/10 of second less, 1.8 less, 0.0, 0.4. You know what I mean? In 1.9 they stop. 34.8. Now say 4. No, 0.4.
Well, they're certainly taking their time to figure out the right time here as we approach the end of an excellent first quarter. Panathinaikos full of fight.
This is it. 4.
We weren't sure whether to expect that or not.
Yes.
We knew Crvena Zvezda would be fighting on each and every possession. Only once have they ever made the Euroleague playoffs. That was back in the 2015-16 season. So 9 years it's been since they played a playoff series. They were swept in that series 9 seasons ago. Their only series losing to eventual champion CSKA. They finished as the 8th seed going into that only playoff series in their history. They have a chance of finishing as the 6th, 7th or 8th seed ahead of this season's playoffs. But Ioannis Varopoulos' team could yet miss out. And if they fail here tonight, or if they fail in the play-in showdowns next week. A lovely moment to see both coaches able to smile at this point. I'm not sure that will be the same later on. Gnataman has said being paired with Efes is the last thing he'd want, presumably because it's his former team, the club he has such a great affection for, who he took to the first 2 Euroleague championships in their history. What a series that would be, though. Two of the best offensive teams on the continent. Here it's offense versus defense. You'd have to say offense is prevailing. Well, Panathinaikos being matched to their own game. 23-23, and the man with the ball in his hands is the reason why. Miller McIntyre, 14 of Zvezda's 23 points. A chance to take the lead for Red Star here. Mitrovic kicks it out. Miller McIntyre, will his fire be doused out? Yes, it will. Offensive rebound, though. And they're queuing up the trail, the triple. And from trailing by 7, the lead for Crvena Zvezda through Nemanja Nedovic, the former PAL player. That was even better than the 3 from Miller McIntyre would have been, because it used up all of the remaining time. And Crvena Zvezda on the road at the defending champions lead by 3 at the end of 1, 23-26. They're doing what they have to do so far here tonight, lose in their 10th. No matter what happens elsewhere, win, and they open lots of doors. Panathinaikos led by 7 early on, playing with a real fire in their belly. But Crvena Zvezda have fired back. Miller McIntyre making a 2, and also making 4 straight threes without a miss. Kendrick Nunn held to just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Panathinaikos led by Dinos Mitoglu, 6 points, 5 each from Cedi Osman and Duran Grant. Grant, who's got 5 assists. But Zvezda have the lead. David Ovac knocking down a 3 as well. And so to, of course, right at the end, Nemanja Nedovic to give them the lead after Miller McIntyre had gone 4 of 4 on the outside before missing one. 86% three-point shooting, 6 of 7 for Zvezda. They're renowned for their defense, but their offense is lighting up Athens tonight. Zvezda only ranked 14th of the 18 teams for points per 40 minutes this season. 26 in the first quarter. Duran Grant, your BKT best performer of the period. 5 points, 5 assists, and a rebound for Grant. His PIR of 12, the best of all players in the game over the opening 10 minutes. 81.7 points per game for Zvezda per 40 minutes. And you have to say per 40 minutes because they've played 3 overtimes this season. 81.7 points per game, but 26 in the first period. That's a pace of surpassing a century here tonight. They've made twice as many threes as they have 2s, but they turn it over there, their 5th turnover. And it's punished now from the perimeter through the hands of Juancho. 26-26. As Panathinaikos knocked down their 3rd 3. And Ping passing on the perimeter before pulling the trigger and hitting the target for Hernan Gomez. Nedovic working with Mitrovic. Mitrovic, they want to travel. Kanan can't convert. He went 6 of 7 from 3 the last time these two teams met. Brown being poked out by Mitrovic. Slukas. Juancho, Lorenzo Brown again. Usually produces when he's given the minutes on the floor. That time it pops out. David Ovac gets away, but Omer Yurt-7 bounces up off the LED floor as if it was a trampoline. And he says, get out of here today, and David Ovac. Now come again, Red Star. Nedovic too heavy. Mitrovic backing him up. with the offensive rebound, the score and the lead. Luka Mitrovic, a game-time decision tonight, hasn't played the last 7 games, had knee surgery, but he's looking in good shape so far. Juancho Hernan Gomez, and Yurt-Seven tried to cram it back in. Off the miss from the opposite wing from Juancho after he'd hit one on the far side. Slukas. 4-4 in offensive rebounds now. Slukas off the crossover. Kick back out, Yurt-Seven. Lorenzo Brown, side skip 3. Will it eventually go down? Still no. They are pounding every inch of the iron and not getting the rolls they want from the home rim. 3 offensive rebounds already now for Yurt-Seven. Mitrovic, though, smooth move. And Luka Mitrovic on his return has 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds and an assist in just 4 minutes. Zvezda by 4 from 7 down. Yurt-Seven shooting the 3 is not his game, but it doesn't matter tonight. The precipitation on the perimeter continues here at Panathinaikos. 10 threes from the 2 teams combined. Miller McIntyre, head down straight to the goal. 16 first half points for CMM. The kind of scoring performance we're used to seeing from Kendrick Nunn, who's sat on 2 points right now. Lorenzo Brown, dazzling dribble. And then the hard-nosed bucket, and he hears it from the Oaka. A 1-point game, 7 to play in the first half. Well, Crvena Zvezda will do what they can in this first half, then they'll check what's happening elsewhere, I'm sure, in the locker room at half-time. Kalajdzakis picked the pocket of Miller McIntyre. He and the rest of the Oaka felt that was not a foul. After Miller McIntyre beat Kalajdzakis for the previous bucket, Yurt-Seven a 3. Off the first assist from Kostas Slukas. Nedovic. It's Kanan, he's missed 1, now he's missed 2. Offensive rebound, Petrushev. Petrushev over the top of Yurt-Seven. Won't roll for him. There's a big battle on the boards right now. 5 offensive rebounds each. Panathinaikos have more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. Duran Grant misses, grabs his own rebound. There's another offensive board. Slukas takes the ring road around the defense. Fantastic feed for Juancho, who feathers it through the twine. Juancho with his second 3. Panathinaikos now 4, with Zvezda having hit 6. Slukas, 2 assists now. Juancho, 2 triples. And Panathinaikos lead by 2.
One more time. 5 down. 5 down, right? First offense. Second offense is this down corner. Okay. 5 down left. This down corner. Okay. Set good pick and roll. Set good pick and roll. Who wants to go? On the defense, let's go. Let's go. Shot together. Rock shot together.
Well, let's take a closer look at the impact of Cody Miller McIntyre in the first half. 16 points. And he's only missed 1 shot. It started with that banker on the outside. And I said if that kind of shot goes in, it might be Zvezda's night. And it's looking like it could be Miller McIntyre's night. Hit his first 4 threes, having arrived as only a 29% three-point shooter in his Euroleague career. He's now 4 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from 2, and sits on 16 points. Nobody else in the game has more than 6. Well, just listen to the Green Palace right now. Here at the Olympic Park in northern Athens. Panathinaikos responding with some defense. Panathinaikos from way outside. Short that time. He was feeling it after hitting 2 threes from 3 attempts before that. Petrusev back out. Off the mark. On his return to action for Mike Dom. He's missed the last 15 games, Mike Dom. He's been out for a long time, was also a game-time decision like Luka Mitrovic. A tough set of circumstances to come back into for Dom. All hands to the pump for Zvezda though. Nice pass out here. 7. Juancho wasn't going to miss 2 in a row. Not with this kind of confidence. Not with gate 13 behind that basket. 9 points on 3 of 5 3-point shooting for Hernan Gomez. Panathinaikos from 4 down to 5 ahead. Petrusev against Yurt 7, showing no fear as he backs down his opposing center and banks it in. 6 points, 4 rebounds in 7.5 minutes for Petrusev. Nunn misses again, 1 of 5 from the field. He wants a foul. He's not getting back on defense. Yargo fouling, putting up the 3. He's going to go to the line for 3 here. He gathers his dribble before the foul of Slukas. Petrusev with the post-up points. The pass out here, 7, the 3 from Juancho, and now both teams have knocked down 6 triples in the first 15.5 minutes. Yargo anticipating the foul from Slukas, gathering his dribble, and that's the key to when the act of shooting begins. So 3 to come for Yargo. He misses the first. 26-year-old Brazilian international point guard who was the MVP of the Adriatic League finals last season as Zvezda beat Partizan. Before moving to Zvezda, the finals MVP when Ratio from Ulm won their historic first ever German championship in the Bundesliga the previous year. He started in the Euro Cup that year. Graduated to the Euroleague last year. Yargo going just 1 of 3. Misses the opportunity to tie it. It's an offensive foul against Kendrick Nunn, whose night gets worse here. 1 of 5 shooting. And then the offensive foul as he knocks down Filip Petrusev. Panathinaikos commit their 4th team foul of the second period. Zvezda yet to commit one. The script has flipped in that regard. When Zvezda were in that kind of position in foul trouble in the first. Yargo, Nedovic. Yargo working with Petrusev. A 40% 3-point shooter, Yargo, trying to edge his way down the baseline. Back out, ball movement Zvezda. Nedovic puts it on the floor and puts it in the bucket as he got past Juancho and drained it. Zvezda now ahead from 5 down. It's been a roller coaster ride of a first half. Grant gets his geometry spot on, usually does. A master of mid-range, Duran Grant. 7 points, 5 assists and a steal for him, 0 turnovers. That kind of performance almost inevitable from him, especially here at the Oaka. Posting and toasting and getting fouled, Filip Petrusev. So Petrusev will go to the line for 2. Petrusev fancying himself in post-up positions right now. Really good team play from Crvena Zvezda. They don't score too many points comparatively this season, but they do rank high in assists. The league 3rd best, 19.8 assists a game. despite only scoring a league 13th best, 82.1 points a game. They're a team on offense and on defense. Well, in a game this tight and a game this significant for them, they can't afford too many missed free throws. They're 4 of 7 now. Panathinaikos 5 of 5. None. So foul against Kanan. The first foul on Zvezda after nearly 7 minutes of the second. Second foul on Kanan, personal. The first Zvezda player to pick up a second. Kalajdzakis has 2 for Panathinaikos. Nunn determined to get going, he usually does. Kendrick Nunn finally fires. His first 3 on his 3rd attempt. He will always back his own ability. And Panathinaikos lead by 3. As both teams now have 7 threes in the first half. 42-39 to the Greens.
Anyway, he will come to receive the ball. Want to go this corner, then good kick to him and short throw. Okay, K is there, and Wancho will be there. Wancho can cut, stay to that. Okay.
I tell you what, Gate 13 know they don't have a game next week. They know they've got more than a week to rest those voices because they are letting it all out here tonight. Panathinaikos will have a week off as we have the play-in showdowns next week, and the advantage of finishing 3rd for Panathinaikos rather than finishing 2nd, as could have been the case before last night, is they will know their playoff opponent. The teams finishing 1st and 2nd will not know until some stage next week who they will face. Logan Atterman will have plenty of time to contemplate and to plan. Nedovic for 3 again. The 3-point shootout continues. Zvezda have made more 3s than 2s. Panathinaikos have made only 1 less 3 than they have 2s. Slukas, he'll take it onto the interior, kicks it back out. Wancho has the hot hands, but he misses that one. The top scorer of Panathinaikos now with 9 points. Dinos Mitoglu comes back in on 6 points, so too Jetty Osman on 5. What Panathinaikos want the most tonight is everybody fit, no injuries ahead of the postseason. Miller McIntyre back in on his game-high 16 points. Nedovic, he's now got 9, 3 of 3 from 3. He's picked up where Miller McIntyre left off. Miller McIntyre bursting to the basket, taking it at Wenyon Gabriel. And getting right back at it off the bench. 18 first-half points with just 1 missed shot. Gabriel passes on, nice play from big to big. Mitoglu back out. Unguarded by Nedovic. Usually fancies his chances 1-and-1. He showed why with the crossover, but not with the shot. His radar not askew tonight. Kendrick Nunn, 2 of 7 from the field. Davidovac up against Mitoglu, the flash, and then the fire as Rokas Giedraitis goes right up to rock the rack. The off-ball movement and energy from Giedraitis, who's playing a bigger role since the injury of Bolomboy. Zvezda having to shuffle their pack. Dribbled off the foot, out of bounds, turnover. A rare turnover from Duran Grant, his first of the game, and one more than he averages for a game through the season. 20 points and 3 steals for Giedraitis at Olympiacos recently, when he went 6 of 7 from 3. So many players on this Zvezda roster stepping up in their time of need. Miller McIntyre, the man tonight. Guarded by Grant, as we highlighted in the pre-game. Trying to get free via the screen, and Grant called for the contact. That's his first foul, Duran Grant. And the two guards we highlighted in that head-to-head have the highest PIRs in the game right now, Grant and Miller McIntyre. Jürgen Atterman said, "We will be fully motivated for our sold-out crowd here tonight." And they showed that from the start, and the intensity dropped a little bit. Ioannis Varopoulos is Zvezda hoping to capitalise. Before the Paris game here a couple of weeks ago, Panathinaikos were on a 10-game home winning streak. A league best 12-2, 13-2 at home before that defeat. Nunn, turnaround triple, knocks it down. Kendrick Nunn. These fans just expect it. He expects it of himself. He's hit a few bumps tonight, but he got the right bumps off the iron that time. Davidovic passes on, and Petrushev will throw it down this time. The Bulldogs from Belgrade are showing their teeth in attack tonight. 49 first half points for Crvena Zvezda. Beating Panathinaikos at their own game. Nunn, Shakeoff fell, and he'll go to the line with 2.4 to play in the period. Zvezda started that offensive performance with outside shooting. Now they've had a couple of dunks. Despite his early troubles, Kendrick Nunn cut it double figures before half-time and become Panathinaikos' top scorer in the game. 37 against Monaco last week. That was his third 35-plus point game this season. He might have a chance for the half-court heave. He's done it here before, and he very nearly did it here again. Earlier in the season, made 2 of them at the buzzer from centre court in the same game. That one just a little bit off. He leads the way for Panathinaikos with 10 points, but they trail by 2 at the half. Cody Miller McIntyre leading all scorers with 19 of Zvezda's 49 here at the Oaka. Night in PIR against Monaco last week, there was still a chance he might leave, or at least he could have left for the NBA, because he hadn't yet signed the contract until Wednesday this week, Kendrick Nunn. Now he's here for 3 more years, no NBA out clause. Juancho Hernan Gomez, 9 points, 3 defensive boards in the second period. Your BKT best performer of the second. The second half begins with Zvezda up by 2 and with the ball in their hands. Miller McIntyre, Brown, Kalinic, who we've not seen much of, Petrushev and Nedovic, the 5 on the floor for them. Nedovic looking back out to Petrushev. Petrushev poked away by Mitoglu, and out of bounds with only 2 left on the shot clock. Petrushev, one of the joint second top scorers for Zvezda in the first half. 9 points, 4 rebounds in 13 minutes for him on 4 of 6 shooting. Nedovic also had 9 points on 3 of 3 three-point shooting. What have they got up their sleeve for these 2 seconds as they inbound on the baseline with Callan? Place, the last play-in spot, as Panathinaikos finish with the best home record of all teams in the competition at 14-3. They'll soon find out who they face in the playoffs. They're seconds off the finish in Barcelona. It's a tight game between Barca and Bologna. It will decide whether Panathinaikos face Efes or Real Madrid in the quarter-final series. What an incredible night, what an incredible regular season. What a remarkable finish to it. And I can confirm now that Barcelona have beaten Bologna by just 4 points. So what that means is Panathinaikos will host Anadolu Efes here in the playoffs. Efes finished 6th, Barcelona finished 5th, and will face Monaco. The play-in picture sees Real Madrid 7th, Paris 8th, Bayern 9th, and Zvezda 10th. These incredible fans now will show all of their appreciation at the end of a remarkable run from start to finish in this regular season for the defending champions. They've had their tough times as well. There's been some journey to finish in the top 4, and we're witnessing why home court advantage was such an important target for them. The best home team in the league in terms of offense, in terms of their win-loss record at 14-3. They've not performed at times on the road. They needed home court advantage here, and they've got it. And what an offensive duel it will be against Efes. Will they have Matthias Lasor back for some of that series? They have Kendrick Nunn for the next 3 years, and fit and firing, heading into the playoffs as he celebrates his new contract with a 31-point, 10-assist double-double. Juancho Hernan Gomez, 18 points, 11 rebounds for his double-double, 111 points for Panathinaikos, and a 7-point win in overtime over Crvena Zvezda, overturning a late 8-point deficit in the fourth.